exclusively on ESPN Plus. UFC 313, Saturday. Reigning light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira defends his title against number one contender Magomed Ankalaev, and an explosive lightweight bout between Justin Gaethje and Rafael Pazzi. UFC 313, Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Buy it on ESPNPlus.com/PPV.
At T-Mobile, our critical mission is providing unparalleled 5G coverage for when connectivity is mission critical. Introducing T-Priority, America's best 5G network experience for first responders, even in times of congestion. More capacity, faster speeds, better coverage. T-Priority from T-Mobile. Built for tomorrow's emergencies. Ready today. Discover more at t-priority.com.
For qualifying organizations on eligible rate plans, coverage not available in some areas and may be impacted by emergencies.
Like a lot of great art, the following program contains nudity, so viewer discretion is advised.
This is the Classic Guitar Rock Daily Update. All the classic rock news of the day. With your host, Jeremy Lunnan.
It's time. We will sell no wine before it's time. Remember that? Orson Welles. What was the brand? I don't remember. Hey, it's Classic Guitar Rock. This is the Daily Update. I'm Jeremy. It's Monday, the 24th of September, 2024. I owe you an apology. I owe you an apology because something very important happened and I never told you about it last week. So I want to make amends and I want to at least talk about it. I've mentioned a few times, it won't be news to many of you, my favorite guitar player in the world is Michael Schenker. And he's crazy. And he's German, which doesn't mean anything. He's my favorite guitarist in the world. I love Michael Schenker. Well, last week, he dropped a new album called My Years with UFO. And those of us that are fans of UFO, the most underrated band in classic rock, they should be held in the same regard as the giants of classic rock. That's how good they are and how underrated they are. Those of us that are fans of the UFO, of course, we think that Strangers in the Night is perhaps the best live album ever recorded. I think so. It's a phenomenal live album. If you haven't listened to that album, I want you to turn off your computer, turn off your device, whatever you're doing right now, and go listen to it right now. Okay. But yeah, the new album is kind of done in the same style. You'll notice the same color theme and everything as the Strangers in the Night cover. It's just got Michael's face there. And anyways, it looks kind of cool. But one of the things that makes it cool is also one of the things that has limited Michael Schenker's career over the years. And that is this. He always does this committee approach. Every album he's done in the last 10 years has been a committee. It's like, hey, let's bring in all my friends and all the people I've worked with over the last 50 years, and let's have them all be on this album. So that means you've got 10 different lead singers, you got 10 different bass players, you got a bunch of different, that is the problem with Michael Schenker's career over the last 20 years is he needs a band. He needs an identity. There's no identity. Okay. Now, having said that, I've heard the album and I love it. It's awesome. Axl Rose is on it, and he does maybe my favorite UFO song, Love to Love. It's kind of a ballad, but one of the coolest tunes ever. And Axl Rose just brings it. I mean, it is phenomenal. Dee Snider does the lead off track, does a great job. Eric Gronwall, am I pronouncing that right? He was the guy that they brought into Skid Row, and he recently left. Guys, Eric Gronwall, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He's phenomenal. And apparently he's working with Schenker or touring with him or something. There's sometimes he's on this album. He does one song, but I think I could be wrong. I think he might be coming in to sing with Schenker, like on tour or a project. Or this Eric Gronwall kid, phenomenal. You got to check out his YouTube channel. He's incredible. Young guy, but it's phenomenal. Where am I going with this? My point is, this is a good album. And if you're a UFO fan, a Michael Schenker fan, you'll love the album. It sounds great. But it's also frustrating that Michael won't just say, let's have a real band. Okay. Quit doing the album by committee, commit to a singer. Maybe this Eric kid would be, whatever. Commit to a singer, commit to a band, and do a band and be a band. Every single album he's done for the last 10, 15 years, it's a committee. And he's changed lead singers like Underwear. It's always been a revolving cast of characters. And I think that is what has kept him from being a household name. Again, my favorite guitar player. I love the guy. I love everything he plays. He's great. But he shoots himself in the foot every time by doing this committee approach. Having said that, this new album is pretty cool. You should check it out. Now let's get to the news. Journey. We talk about Journey a lot. This is not about legal wrangling. I don't know if you saw it over the weekend, over the past couple days. Arnell had a bad night. Didn't sound great. And fans, of course, have been giving Arnell crap since Steve Perry left Journey, which I don't understand. I saw Steve Perry with Journey in 1980. I saw the Frontiers tour, 83. I think it was 83. It was great. I saw Journey in 2016 with Arnell. It was great. So you Arnell haters are just missing out on opportunities to see a great show with Arnell. Arnell does a great job. Way more energy than Steve Perry ever had. And live, to be honest, guys, live in a big auditorium, you can't really tell the difference, whether it's Steve Perry or Arnell. Sorry, I know that offends you. It's true. In a big, huge auditorium, if you closed your eyes, you wouldn't tell the difference. Okay. And Arnell usually does a phenomenal job. Well, he had an off night, right? And so fans are ripping on him. And Arnell even went to social media and said, guys, vote. If you want me to leave, if 1 million of you say I should leave Journey, I'll leave Journey, which is kind of silly. He shouldn't have done that. But Dean Castronovo, the drummer in Journey, also the lead singer of Revolution Saints, which is a great band you should check out. He has Arnell's back, and he himself, not his social media manager, Dean himself, took to social media and said, quote, Arnell has risen to the challenge of Journey's catalog night after night, year after tiring year. He gives to you all and Journey the best that he can give you. Out of maybe a handful of shows in 17 years, Arnell has faced the facts. The voice is a biological instrument subject to weather, fatigue, virus, bacteria, jet lag, etc. Sometimes it does not, cannot, or will not cooperate when needed. So what's the point of hammering a human being over something they have no control over? And then he refers to these trolls as the blessed many, people who, quote, who can armchair sing and trash the few that do what Arnell does every night. And he says the singer and he says Arnell and his like must bring it each and every night or face you and your overinflated opinions. If you can do better, then do it. I know very few who can pull off what Arnell does without ego and with passion and grace. Back off, trolls. You are messing with my family now, and I am a rabid protector of my own. Wow. So Dean has Arnell's back. I'm an Arnell fan. Guys, Steve Perry ain't there anymore. Okay? So it's either Arnell or there's no Journey. Should Journey just stop playing? because some of you people in your basement eating Cheetos in your underwear don't like Arnell. That's ridiculous. And then Neil Sean, he chimed in. He says, I completely agree with Dean on this. Enough BS and drama brought on by all these clickbait blogs. Okay. But the story doesn't end there with Journey. Because Neil had some problems over and above what was going on with Arnell. His problem was with Avenged Sevenfold. Now, this does seem kind of weird to me. And I get it. I'm old. I'm from a different generation than maybe Avenged Sevenfold. It seems odd to me that Avenged Sevenfold would be the headlining band. Are they that big? Are they? I don't know. I'm claiming ignorance. I was shocked that Journey was opening for Avenged Sevenfold. That just seemed kind of crazy to me. But anyways, Neil Sean had a problem with Avenged Sevenfold. He says, we found out. So there's a picture posted of Journey taken a bow at the end of the show. And Perry says, quote, we found out much later that we got extremely limited by Avenged Sevenfold. That means that hardly any sound can get out of the PA to the audience. It's a bull-s move. But he said, despite that, check out the audience. They loved it. The rest of it's fabricated crap. So apparently Neil's problem is that the Avenged Sevenfold as the headliner was limiting their sound, was doing something with the PA that was a detriment to Journey. And that, now a follower on social media asked if Journey's sound tech couldn't have resolved the problem. Neil simply said no. And then another fan chimed in and said the sound equipment can be locked up and password protected. Asked why Avenged Sevenfold had been the...
This episode is brought to you by Coffee Mate. After watching this season of the HBO's original series, The White Lotus, this is the tropical getaway I needed. One more pina colada, please.
Hey, you're not on mute.
Oh, I thought I was in paradise. Turns out it was my Coffee Mate. Coffee Mate pina colada and Thai iced coffee flavored creamers. Inspired by the newest season of HBO's original series, The White Lotus. For the love of coffee. Try now.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
Headliner rather than Journey, Sean said simply politics. So whatever that means. He's upset with Avenged Sevenfold. But I was surprised that Journey was opening for them. And I couldn't name an Avenged Sevenfold song. I'm 56, right? They're just, I'm not trying to, I don't know anything about them. I mean, I've heard of them. I couldn't tell you a song. More drama between musicians. Listen to this. Megadeth's Dave Mustaine has refuted Peter Frampton's suggestion that the metal veteran soundcheck caused structural damage to the stage that resulted in both artists canceling their shows at the same Richmond, Virginia venue. Now, I'm calling it like I see it. Dave Mustaine seems to be one of these guys that takes himself pretty seriously. Am I wrong about that? I mean, he kind of seems like an angry guy. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But he kind of seems like he kind of takes things a little seriously. I think this is what's going on here. So here's what happened. Frampton had to cancel a show. And so he made this announcement. So first, let me back up. Megadeth was supposed to play on Sunday the 15th and at the Virginia Credit Union Live. Okay. And Megadeth published or posted this: due to unexpected and unpredictable circumstances, our show tonight, Sunday, September 15th in Richmond, Virginia, has been canceled and will not be rescheduled. 2 days later, Frampton canceled his scheduled appearance at the same venue. And during his Thursday performance in Philadelphia, okay, so like before he or after he was going to go down and do that show, he said, so we had a show canceled the other day because of weather. And also Megadeth did a sound check, I think a couple of days before our show. And after they finished their sound check, there was structural damage to the stage. I'm not blaming them. Could have been another band, but it looks pretty like it. So sorry, Megadeth, I had to rat on you. That's what Frampton said from the stage a few days after he had canceled his show. So then Megadeth responds, the Megadeth, corporation spokespeople said Megadeth did not even get a chance to sound check at all in Richmond, Virginia, contrary to what Peter Frampton reports. Megadeth's rigger was in the venue's steel grid system above the stage getting ready to hang the lights when he noticed there was damage to the venue's grid, and it goes on and on and on. And then Mustaine comes in himself and says, it seems Frampton was misinformed about our show being canceled. The decision was purely based on safety. It's disappointing when someone you admire talks out their ass about you, end quote. Well, here's the thing. Frampton was joking. It was a joke. And so Frampton comes back and later says, it was a joke. I made it up on the moment. I'm so sorry people took me seriously. This was a critical situation. My humble apologies to Megadeth, their crew, and their audience. So I don't know. He said it from the stage. I didn't hear it. I don't know the whole thing. But Megadeth and Dave Mustaine, they apparently didn't think it was a joke, and they responded. And anyways, it's a much ado about nothing. I think Frampton was probably, it's Megadeth, they're a big heavy metal band, and he was making a joke about, they're so loud, they damage the structure. I can't get into his mind, but I am a Frampton fan, so maybe I'm a little biased towards Pete on this, but it is what it is. I'm sure they'll make amends. Scorpions. Okay, the Scorpions, they are jumping on this Vegas residency bandwagon. That's the word I'm looking for. Scorpions are jumping on the Vegas residency bandwagon. The Scorpions coming home to Las Vegas 60th anniversary. They've been a band for 60 years. Of course, Michael Schenker was like 8 or something. Their residency kicks off on February 27th with 4 additional dates confirmed for March. Buck Cherry will provide support. So beginning February 27th, they'll be doing one of these residencies in Vegas. But it doesn't sound like much of a residency. It's only like 5 dates. Is that a resident? What defines a residency? I don't know. Anyways, you can see them. Well, there, Scorpions. So we do have some sad news. Former Outlaws guitarist Freddie Salem has died at the age of 70 after battling cancer. The news was confirmed on a post on the Facebook page of his most recent project, Freddie Salem and Lone Wolf. Quote, this morning the heavens parted for the arrival of a legend. Rock on high, Freddie Salem, until we meet again. It's with a heavy heart that we have to tell Outlaws fans about the passing of our former guitarist, Freddie Salem. This is on the Outlaws social media. Freddie passed from complications due to cancer and will be remembered for his outgoing personality and passion for music. He was an electric performer and beloved musician, and he will be missed. Our condolences to the family of Freddie Salem. Our classic rock legends are getting older. And this is just a more common thing. I was thinking about this the other day, in 10 years, I'm into classic rock. I talk about classic rock on my YouTube channel, on my podcast. I play the music, there will come a time when all of these classic rock artists are gone. So we need to enjoy them while they're here. Enjoy them while they're here. Go out and see these bands. Scorpions, you probably won't be able to go see the Scorpions much longer. So if you have a chance to see them, go see them. I'm going to see Judas Priest in October. Looking forward to it. Again, how much longer will I be able to go see the Priest? You got to take advantage of it while you can. My friend Marlon, a big Michael Schenker fan, he's checking in. Hi, Marlon. Good to see you. Salem brought the heavy to the Outlaws. Yes, he did. The Outlaws are one of the great. They've kind of been overshadowed by some of the other Southern rock, and I don't mean this as a diss, but like Lynyrd Skynyrd is like my fourth favorite Southern rock band, right? I prefer Molly Hatchet. I prefer Blackfoot. I prefer the Outlaw. Yeah. So Skynyrd would be like fourth or fifth for me. I mean, they're probably the first band people think of, but man, the Outlaws, Molly Hatchet, Blackfoot, there were some great killer Southern rock bands. For sure. So Marlon, thank you for checking in. Guys, that does it for today. Appreciate you tuning in for the update. Don't forget, coming up in an hour, less than an hour from now, and by the time many of you hear it, it will already have happened. But coming up at noon Pacific time today is the Classic Guitar Rock Time Machine on Classic Guitar Rock Radio. Check it out. I'm not even sure what year we're going back to today, but we're going somewhere. Marlon gets the last word. Point Blank, another great Southern rock band, had the hit Nicole. Remember that? I saw them open. Who did they open for? I saw them in about 83. I don't remember who they opened for, but I saw them in the Great Plains Coliseum in Lawton, Oklahoma when I was a sophomore in high school. Great band, great Southern rock band. Thank you. That's a great memory, Marlon. Appreciate it. Guys, thank you all for tuning in. We'll do it again soon. Thanks. Live long and prosper. Bye-bye.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I've ever heard.
Thanks for listening. You can email Jeremy at classicguitarrock@mail.com.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Tune in each weekday for the Classic Guitar Rock Daily Update.